Why didn't you tell me that my
I
eyelashes?
didn't notice.
That's the problem with such long eyelashes, you
Why
see.
didn't you do makeup before you came in? Hi, welcome back. It's the Pear-Shaped Team, and today we're going to be talking about introverts and extroverts.
Yeah, I'm definitely an introvert, and I don't know, sometimes introverts don't get a great name. I'm here to say that if you are an introvert, it's not all that bad. I think it's a good thing.
And if you're an extrovert, it's amazing.
No. No.
There are a lot of misconceptions about extroverts as well, and we're going to talk about those and how they actually impact a relationship.
So as an introvert, I'm someone who definitely enjoys their own time and space, I think. And while I do love going out and socializing with my friends, it's something that I enjoy doing in smaller groups.
So I like going out, maybe not all the time, but probably once a week I like to be around people. I like the buzz and having atmosphere around me.
Big groups of people is something that I don't enjoy. I find kind of exhausting, especially in like loud environments like pubs or really loud bars or something.
I don't necessarily need to go and meet people, but just to be in a social setting. So sometimes I'll drag you along to the pub or just a place where there's people just to have a drink, which is not necessarily something you like to do. But for me, it's a way just to feel connected and feel social.
If I find myself that I am in those situations, which does happen from time to time, it's something that I know that I need to sort of space out. And if I know that I'm going out one weekend, I need to leave the next weekend free for me to recover.
I like big settings, but it has to be people that I want to be around. So I won't just be there for the sake of, just because there's a lot of people or there's a party going on.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the main characteristics. Like for you, you're energized by the buzz of the people, and it's something that you enjoy. But for me, it's really draining. Like it's exhausting. I don't enjoy it. But I think from when we've been to parties together, particularly when we used to work in the same company, when we would go to work drinks or any kind of big Christmas parties or whatever it was, you're definitely more like the life and soul of the party, whereas I would be happy just talking to my few friends in the corner, just doing my thing. So I think
that's true. In those days, you certainly had to make the rounds and see as many people as you can.
Well, as an observer, you're good at that. I'm not. I think one of the biggest misconceptions about introverts is that they might be shy or somebody that's not very confident. I don't actually agree that that's the case. I think I'm definitely somebody who is not shy and I'm not unconfident as a person.
And I'm also not shy, but I can, in certain circumstances, be just as shy as anyone else. It depends on the environment and who I'm around.
Yeah, I think I love talking to people and I love conversing with all kinds of people, but I'm someone as an introvert, I think, who also values the listening side of the conversation, and I like to speak more where I'm adding value or when I have something important to say, rather than talking for the sake of it.
And for me, in social circumstances, I like having people around. I like the atmosphere, but usually I like it when it's on my terms, when it's a social atmosphere that I know the people or I want to be there. If it's one that I don't want to be in, or it's people I don't necessarily want to spend time with, I can appear withdrawn or reclusive, and that can be interpreted as shy.
Shyness and confidence has nothing to do with introvert v extrovert, I think.
Actually, yeah, that's the conclusion we've come
to. But it's weird because it's a misconception. I have no idea why. It's like extroverts are considered to be very confident, and I suppose because they like talking to people, there's that perception, but I don't think it's true.
That's a good point. I like talking. It's, I guess, part of who I am. And when we're arguing, when we talk, I feel like that's when we're communicating.
Whereas I'm probably a listener, so when we talk or argue about something, I place more emphasis on listening to what you're trying to say and digesting it before I respond. And that's sort of how I show that I'm listening to you in the argument.
And when you are listening and I'm expecting a response, that can make me more frustrated.
Definitely. And from my perspective, I'm someone who, as I've said, I value my space, and I often want to take some time to digest digest your points in the argument and come back at a later time.
So I have to learn as an extrovert to give you time to pause and think about what I've said and not necessarily rush for the response that I feel like I would need.
And I try to verbalize my thoughts as much as I can, certainly in an argument. I understand that it helps you.
And it can be quite difficult because it's just who we are. We're very different people at a very core basis. So me communicating is my way of showing to you that I'm caring and trying to get through the problem.
Yeah, whereas for me it's the opposite. My way of showing is just more to have the space, respect the space, and our own sort of private thoughts and time to digest the conversation.
It's not easy though. Have we gotten any better, or?
After many arguments, probably we have. I think, yeah.
Hopefully you've learned a little something about introverts and extroverts and how they can actually coexist. Just.
It's a challenge.
Speaking seriously, there are quite a few differences just at our core, and it can play out in a relationship. It's important for us to appreciate the differences and try to work through that.
That's the thing, I think. We have our own strengths and weaknesses, so let's play to those.
We'll see you next time.
Bye. I don't know what I was gonna say. I was gonna say for like new videos each week, but then I said plenty and then it didn't work.
Try again.